Mr. Chairman, for giving me, my organization, the opportunity to speak. It is an honor to have the opportunity to make this presentation, and I'm making it on behalf of the Global Emerging Pathogens Treatment Consortium, GET. GET is a Pan-African consortium of experts from different fields that was established in 2014 in Nigeria as a direct response to the 2014-2015 Ebola virus disease outbreak in West Africa, and the need to create an African-led multidisciplinary forum of experts capable of working together to strengthen Africa's preparedness and resilience in tackling emerging biosecurity threats. Mr. Chairman, the vast majority of African countries have reported that they do not possess any weapon of mass destruction, nor do they intend to acquire any. However, that does not mean that Africa is exempted from all related issues in terms of Resolution 1540, such as technologies and materials that could be used for weapon of mass destruction related purposes. Africa has experienced increase in the frequency and intensity of emerging infectious disease outbreaks in recent decades. About 22 reported outbreaks of Ebola virus disease have been reported since 1976 in sub-Saharan Africa, with the 2014 to 2016 outbreak in West Africa being the deadliest, with about 29,000 infections and 11,000 mortalities reported. This increase in frequency and impact of infectious disease outbreaks, coupled with increased investment in research on biological and living materials, which has led to significant increase in the number of diagnostic and molecular laboratories in Africa, and compounded by the possibility of non-state actors deliberately using biological agents as weapons of mass destruction, has necessitated the development of specific biosecurity measures to prevent biological agents from being diverted for proliferation purposes. Mr. Chairman, as a consortium of experts operating in the biosecurity space in Africa, we recognize the contributions of laboratories in controlling infectious disease outbreaks. However, there are also some biosecurity concerns we want to bring to your attention. Number one, research activities in laboratories in Africa needs adequate monitoring. Standard practice of laboratory identify research concepts such as dual use of biospecimen, where one and the same piece of scientific research sometimes has the potential to be used for harm as well as for good. Effective biosecurity measures are needed to ensure safety of biological materials in the laboratories and prevent deliberate or unintentional release of dangerous pathogens to the environment. Number two, samples, both biospecimen and waste generated from the laboratory, needs clear regulations on utilization, storage, and disposal. For example, because of the Ebola outbreak of 2014 to 2016, the West African region had an estimated 300,000 Ebola-related samples generated during the outbreak. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has also generated thousands of SARS-CoV-2 related samples. Lack of proper storage and accountability for these biological samples create a global biosecurity issue of very grave concern. The GET consortium believes that the following measures are important to prevent proliferation of biological materials as weapons of mass destruction, especially in Africa. Number one, development and implementation of national governance structures that will enforce, regulate, and promote biosecurity and responsible conduct in life science research in African countries. Number two, enforcement of established laws, policies, and regulations that govern biosafety and biosecurity research in Africa. Number three, increase and continuous training and capacity building of laboratory personnel on ethics, biosafety, and biosecurity concepts. Number four, coordinated collaboration and communication among relevant international, regional, and national organizations to strengthen monitoring of research activities to ensure that they adhere with agreed international standards. Finally, Mr. Chair, we recognize some challenges faced by African countries in implementing the Resolution 1540, which include limited resources, limited capacity to formulate effective policies, and the need for continuous advocacy on the continent. Some activities carried out by GET, my organization, to address some of these challenges include: number one, GET Consortium and UNODA jointly organized a side event during the joint virtual events on the margins of the annual meetings of state parties to the Biological Weapon Convention in November last year. GET Consortium coordinated the development of the West African biosecurity policy for the West African Health Organization, and we are continuously embarking in biosecurity and biosafety capacity building in West African countries. Finally, Mr. Chair, GET Consortium organizes the annual conference on One Health and Biosecurity and also publishes the GET Journal of Biosecurity and One Health. Thank you for your attention.
Gracias por su intervención y doy la palabra ahora a la representante del Centro para Asia-Pacífico sobre el cumplimiento de comercio y seguridad de la información.